Hey guys, today we're taking a look at the Bowflex 552 dumbbells. So I went ahead and took the weights off of this so I wasn't holding a 20-30 pound weight the entire video because I like to have something in my hands or my hands will just go all over the place and I won't know what to do with them. So with that being said, let's get right into the first 30-second breakdown. That's where in the first 30 seconds, give or take, I give you guys my exact thoughts on this product before we get into the full review. That way you guys can just stop watching because now you know exactly what I think about it, or you can continue watching and find out why I say those things, and I do go into more detail. Along with it does help out with the YouTube algorithm, so I appreciate it if you do stick around. So with this dumbbell, the biggest benefit being the fact that you have anywhere from 5 pounds all the way down to 52 pounds and all the things in between. All you have to do is rotate this dial to switch the weights, and then you can use them. And instead of having one giant tray of all the dumbbells from 5 all the way to 50, you have it all in this compact size, and all of your weights go together in the stand. Now, along with that space savings, you're also going to be saving money if you decide to buy every single weight that's on this on up to 50 pounds, because weights are really expensive. Usually it's anywhere about the same price as the weight. So if you're looking at a 5 pound weight, you're looking at $5, $15 is kind of what I've noticed, depending if you're going to go to the cheaper ones, or if you're going more expensive, it's going to be more expensive than that. So with this, I got this one on sale for about $270. So you're looking anywhere from $270 to about $400 for the system. So if you add everything up, the weights that you would have to buy, in between there, it is going to be a big savings if you just go this route. So you're going to get size savings along with money savings. Now, there are some cons with this that you're going to have to decide, is this worth it for me? And those being the fact that it is a plastic system, so your weights are plastic. It is a little shaky sometimes when you're putting them in. They do rattle around a little bit, so it's not nearly as secure as your normal dumbbells, and it can be fairly large. So this is your 5 pounds. So as you can see, that is a pretty large 5 pound weight. And when you add all of these weights to it, getting up to the 52 pounds, again, it is very large compared to what just your dumbbells would be. But size-wise, this one can be a little bit more bulky. Now, durability-wise, I've not had any problems durability-wise, but I am pretty careful with them because this is my own personal system. So I can see later down the road being issues because, again, these are all plastic and sometimes it can be a little flimsy and rattly. So I could see you having problems down the road if you are dropping these a lot. So what I will say is if you're buying this for a home gym, I think this is a fantastic purchase. If you are buying it for an actual gym, like you have a facility that multiple people come to and you own a gym, I would probably look into something different. So now let's get into my relationship with Bowflex. They did not send this to me. I do not work with Bowflex. I did spend my own money on this product to use for my home gym. So with all that being said, let's get right into the full review and go over all the details of the pros and the cons. So the biggest pro, like I said, is the fact that you can have 5 pounds all the way to 52. I think it's 52.5 actually is what it all the way goes down to. So for a person of my size that doesn't work out every single day, that uses the gym every once in a while, usually I get down there about 3 to 5 times a week. And for me, I am not going to be surpassing that 55 pound mark doing curls and things like that anytime soon. So it is going to be really beneficial for me because I have a lot of the weights that I'm personally going to use all in this system. Now, if you're somebody that is lifting above 55 pounds, there's a larger system that Bowflex makes that has even higher weights on there. It is more expensive, but that'll just be up to you to decide whether this weight is good enough for you or it is not quite enough. So for those of you that are curious, it goes 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 5, 17.5, 20, 22.5, then 25, all the way down to 5 increments, 35, 40, 45, 50, then 52.5. So you do have a lot of different options in there to go from. So like I said in the 30-second breakdown, is you're gonna be saving a lot of money because if you've ever priced out dumbbells and wanting to go from 5 pounds all the way to 55, even if you're just going from 35 to 55, it is gonna be really expensive, especially if you want 2 of them, because I like to have 2 for depending on the workouts that I'm doing. So really, you are going to be saving a lot of money down the road if you go with this system, and a lot of space because you just have the base, which is basically the size of this. Actually, the base is right here. So you're just going to have this base right here is all you're going to be taking. So size-wise, it is much smaller compared to what it would take for an entire rack. So if you have limited space or you don't really have an entire room for your home gym, you just kind of have an area or a corner, this is going to be really beneficial to that. Another pro is the ease of changing the weights. All you do is turn the dial. It is a super simple system. I have not had any issues with weights falling out or having any problem with the changing or dialing not working. Obviously, that'll be something I'll be able to update you guys later down the road the more I work with the system and the more I use it. But so far, I have not had any issues with the dialing system or how to change weights. It's very simple. You just rotate to the weight you want, then you lift it up, then you put it back down, put it to a different weight, and then go back at it. Now for your grip. This does have a nice swell to it, so it is not thin like some of your cheaper dumbbells, a little more uncomfortable to grab. This one has a nice swell, so it's easy to grab, fills your grip, and it does have a little rubberized part here in the middle. So it's not uncomfortable to use for a long period of time. So now that I went over all the pros, let's go over a couple of the cons that I wanted to mention. One of the cons is going to be the fact that it is plastic. Now, is this a problem that I think is going to break later down the road or have issues? And that's really going to be how you use this. If you're somebody that likes to drop your weights a lot, this might not be the system for you, because I don't see this holding up super well to dropping weights or being roughhoused with. I think as long as you are somebody that takes care of your stuff and you use it the way you want to, I don't think you're ever going to have issues with it. I don't think the polymer is going to break. I do think it is a durable polymer that they're using. The weight seems sturdy. Everything looks nice, but I did put it on the con side because with it being plastic, I can see later down the road, or depending how you use it, it could break. Now with the plastic, you're also going to get a little bit of wobbliness to it, a little bit of shaking, which I'll show you here. So note to self, I just figured out that you don't want to change these on an uneven surface like a couch, which would probably make sense. As I was saying, with the shaking, as you can see there, it's a little bit flimsy, and actually when I first started using the system, it's a little bit worried about dropping these on my toes, because when I started lifting, I could see them shaking and it made me a little bit nervous. But now I don't really worry about it too much because I know it's solid, but definitely something I wanted to mention on the cons, that it is a little bit shaky. Another thing I wanted to notice that I wanted to mention, it kind of goes along with the fact that I had trouble mounting these together, is sometimes you will have trouble when putting this back in, because everything has to line up within the actual lines of the correct weights, and sometimes you'll have trouble putting it back in the system. What I recommend is when you're done doing your lifting, put them down, relax for a second, and then lift them up and put them away. I've noticed when I get done lifting and go try to put them right away, you're a little bit more fatigued and you have issues, and sometimes you can get them in the wrong holes or the wrong slots and they will not go in properly. So definitely something I wanted to mention. So all in all, with all that being said, I think this is a really good system. It's definitely something I'm happy with. I'm going to continue testing this and see what I think later down the road. As long as it continues to be durable, I'm going to be very happy with it, because I've been able to use this a lot and be able to help myself with working out more, because I can use more weight and different weight quickly with different workouts. I would say, again, that definitely would use this for a home gym, but would not use this for a personal gym that I owned and that I have other people working at, just because I could see these getting broke eventually, because people kind of like, they don't really respect other people's stuff, honestly. So I can honestly see these not lasting super long at a gym where there's a bunch of people using them constantly. But if you're using it yourself and you respect your own equipment, I can see these lasting you a really long time and being happy with it. I would love to hear your guys' personal experience, if you guys have ever used these, what you think of them. And I hope this video gave you a good idea to decide whether you should buy them or something maybe you should pass and go with something else, because there are a lot of other options on the market. There's more expensive versions of this. There's also just the single weights if you want to use, or if you've decided this is it, go ahead and pick this one up, and I hope you really like it. Other than that, if you want to help out support the channel, just subscribe and follow my videos. That kind of stuff helps out a ton, and being active in the comment section, things like that. A couple supporter of my channel is Howitzer and TA Targets. Howitzer is a fantastic clothing brand that donates 5% of proceeds to charity, and they've donated a ton of money so far, and I wear their clothing all the time. I'm actually going to be getting my own line of clothing from them here soon, which I'm really excited about, and I'll be sharing with you guys as soon as that all comes up. Also, TA Targets is a fantastic target company that I use at my range, and that's pretty much the only company that I use for all my targets. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. I hope this video is helpful, and I appreciate it. This really isn't my normal style of video if you follow my content. It's not my normal style, but I really like to do videos and reviews on other stuff that is not just firearms related or gun content, outdoor content. I like to do different things, and I think this is something that whether you are somebody that likes firearms, or if you're in the first responder business, or you're just a person that likes to lift and work out and be fit, I think this is definitely something you're going to want to look into. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you all.